Good everyone, my name is Graphics. In this video, we want to reproduce the figure that is displayed at the right hand side of the screen, right? And we also complete the plan of the figure and we also draw development of the figure looking at the section, the part that has been cut by the cutting plane XX, right? Look at the direction, looking at this direction. So when we cut it from this direction, we're looking at this direction here. Start taking. So the first thing is for we to reproduce the given figure. So reproducing the given figure, we'll be having draw your horizontal line, right? First of all, and make it more visible. And you draw the vertical line this way. Draw the vertical line this way, right? So this is where they are meeting here at this point, right? We are meeting at this point here. Now, since the base of the cone, as you can see from the diagram, is given to be 60, so it is not written there, but through the plan, this is the plan you're seeing here, we're given to be what, 60. So we take half of it, which is 30, from our meter rule. We take half of it, which is 30. From 0 to 3 is 30, and we're going to measure. From 0, this is 30 to the right, and also 30 to the left. All together, and we are going to have this way. Can you see that? So I'll call this point to be my point 6, and I'll call this point to be my point 0. Can you see that? Now the height is given to be 100, right? So we are going to measure 100 of the height, but I want to make use of what? Of 80. So from 0 to 8 is 80. Can you see that? Then I'm going to join this point to this point, and I'm going to join this point to this point. Now I'm making use of what? Of 80. Now, the next thing that is we're told to do here is that this given cone is cut at the distance of 10 millimeter away from this end here, as you can see from the diagram. So I'm going to measure 10 millimeter from here, from 0 to 10. Can you see that? It's at this point here. And once I've marked that point, what I'll do is I'm going to place my instrument this way. You can see that. I'll place my instrument along that path. Then I'll take another instrument, another ruler, and I'll place it at the bottom of it. Right? So I'll move it. So when I move it, it will get me to that point. Let me arrange it well. So when I move it this way to ensure to get parallel line to get me to this point of 10, that's when I'm going to draw my cutting plane. All together, I'm going to draw my cutting plane here. The long one, short, long, short, just like that. Hope you can see that. So meaning that we're looking it from this distance of x here, and also from this distance too. This is xx here. Hope you can see that, right? So what they're trying to make you understand is if I thicken this way, to from here to here, this is what we are to see from the given diagram, right? So I should just, so you're cutting the cone from here. So what we're viewing is just this part. That's the king, but I'll just draw them in full. I'll draw them in full. So when you cut the figure, you look it from this direction. You're cutting here off and you're looking it in this direction. So let me draw out the plan first of all, then we'll proceed. So if I'm to draw out the plan, I can just have the distance is given to be 30 from this point. So at any given distance, I'll mark 30. I'm going to draw my circle. You can see that? So I can easily just complete it this way. Divide it into 12. So what I'll simply do is you take your compass and take the radius of the circle, right? Don't forget that it's 30 millimeter, and I'll place it at this end. I'm going to mark to the side. I'll place it at this end. I'll mark to the side. I'll place it at the middle here. I'll mark left and what? And right. So I'm going to draw those points passing through the center of the circle. Passing through the center of the circle. Passing through the center of the circle. From this point through the center of the circle. Hope you can see that. This is what we have here. So I can call this point to be my point 0, point 1, point 1, point 2, point 2, point 3, point 3, point 4, point 4. We have 5, 5, and we have 6. That's why at the beginning I named here to be 0 because this end is 0, and I named it to be 6 because this end is what? Is 6. So in doing that, now the first question here, the task here is we should draw out the complete plan, right? So if I should draw the complete plan, you might not be asked to do that. So I'll come back to this. So let's first of all do the development of this figure first and see what will happen. I'll just pick any points on my drawing sheet. Let's say this point here, right? And I'll mark the point to be P. Here should be P because this point here is P. This apex point here is P, so I'm marking here to also be what? P. And I'll take my compass from the beginning, apex point 0 to P. You can see that. I'll come to P and I'm going to draw an arc this way. Hope you can see that. Is that okay? And I'm going to draw this line from this point to move from P to touch the circumference. So this point where it meets here, I'll call it my point 0. Hope you can see that. So with the aim having the radius of each of these demarcation here. Can you see that? I'll come here to the radius here of any of this demarcation, this division. I'll come to here, I'll mark. This is 1, 1. This is 2. From here again 2. I'll come here also. This will be 3. Here will be what? 3. I'm doing this simultaneously. This will be 4. Here will be what? 4. Right? This will be 5. I'll mark here 2 to be what? 5. And this will be 6. Now I'll mark here to be what? 6. Can you see that? So let me name them out. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, and 6. Can you see that? And I'm going to draw my points from point P to each of those points this way. So P to 6. Hope you can see that. Now we move forward. The next thing we'll do now is we'll project each of these points, project them up to touch the base of the circle. Right? So when I take my meter rule, my T-square, and I place my set square on it, and I'll move it to this point 0, project it, touch the base, then 1, I'll move it to touch, I'll go to 2 also, I'll move it to touch, 3 is already there, the next one is 4, we have 5, and we have the 6. Hope you can see that. Now that means this is 0, this is point 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5, and here is what? 6. Now from those points, I'm going to project them to touch the apex point of the cone. So from 5, I'll take it to the apex point. From 4, I'll take it to the apex point. 3 is already there. From 2, take it to the apex point. Then 1, I'll take it to the apex point. Knowing fully well in your mind that we've cut off this place off. That is the reason for that section plane. Is that okay now? So we're assuming that we are not seeing all these parts. This is what we are seeing on this now. So we're not seeing the rest part here. So now we have a point here. Let me call that point arrow. So if I bring point arrow down, right? If I bring point arrow down this way, so this point here it is, this point arrow. Often here also is point arrow. All together. So what I'll just do to get point arrow on this platform here is that arrow is between 5 and 4. So if I take the radius of 4 to arrow is here. Can you see that? And I'll come in between 5 and 4. From 4 to arrow, this is what we have here. In between 5 and 4, from 4 to arrow, this is what we have here. So this point I marked there is my what? My point arrow. And this is what? My point arrow too. So I'm going to move them towards the center point P. From here to point P. From here also to point P. And I'll do the same thing here too. So we already have arrow already, so I don't have to stress myself. Arrow is already there. Right? This is the point arrow meeting at this point here. So what should us do now is this. There are many ways you can go about it. You can easily focus on where each of this line cuts this inclined line. Like, let's move now. If you look at the line of 4, the 4 cut at this point, I'll call it W, right? Look at the line of 3 cut at this point, I'll call it what? Z, right? 2 cut at this point, I'll call it um, L, right? I'm talking about this point here. Then the next one cut at this point, I'll call it T. Then this final point, let me call it C. So we have C, T, L, Z, W. How good? And this point R, which I already have here. So there are many ways you can go about it. You can either project this point to touch the sides of what? Of the cone, right? Or you can use this method, which I'm going to show you. I can easily say that, okay, U should come from P, right? Z should come here. I'll move it here. I'll come to the other point too. I'll move it here. I'll come to the other point too. I'll move it here. I'll come to the other point too. I'll move it here. Then the last point. So we're having like W, Z, we have L, we have T, and we have what? E, C here. Right? You can do it those ways if you want to. But the more efficient way you can actually do it, just like you watch the previous video I did on this, you get to understand what I'm trying to say, right? So this another method you can use here is, I'll just take from P to E to C, point C. So if I place here, I'll place it at P, and I'll draw an arc this way. Can you see that? So this point here, I'm calling it point C. So now what do you notice? On the line of 0, that is where C intersects the cone. So this is the line of 0 here. This is the line of 0. So C intersects it at the line of what? 0. Can you see that? I'll come again from P to what? To T. And I'll do the same thing from P. I'll do another arc this way. So on the line, this is the arc of what? Of T. So on the line of T, on the line of we have for C, we've done for C, that's line of 0. Now on the line of 1, that is when T intersects this inclined line. So this is the line of 1 here. So T is intersecting at this point, and also the other line of 1 also at this point. Can you see that? I'll come again from P to L, and I'll come to point P here, and I'll draw another inclined line this way, right? So this line you see is our line of, after T we have L. This is the line L. So if you look at 2 is inclining at their inclination, that is L. You get L on the line of what? Of 2. That way you get L. So I'm going to come to this point from, go to the line of 2. I see the line of 2. I'll get the first point of L. I'll go to the line of 2. I'll get the second point of L. Can you see that? I'll come again. The line of Z from P, right, to Z. This is Z here. And I'll come to P here, and I'll draw an arc this way. So that will be our line of what? Of Z. Can you see that? So if you look at the line of Z, this is where intersecting, that will be on the point of what? Of 3. How good now? So I'll go to the point of 3, I'll get the line of Z. And I'll go to the point of 3 again, I'll get the line of Z. Can you see that? And I'll come to W, from here to what? W. And I'll come to P also here to get the arc of W. This is the arc of W. So I'll place it here. This is W here. So W is on the line of 4. Can you see that? So I'll go to the line of 4 and I'm going to have W here. And I'll go to the line of 4 again and have another W here. Can you see that? Then the next one is we have the next one, the line of arrow. So from here, from P to arrow. Can you see that? And I'll just come to that point. Right, this is the line of arrow here. And I'll draw an arc up later still. From here, arrows at this point here. Hope you can see that. So I'll come to the line of arrow, that is the last point here. So the arrow is on the base or circumference of the circle, so the line of arrow. So arrow is on this point, line of arrow here, and also the line of arrow here. Can you see that? That is where arrow is meeting on the circumference here. So what I can simply do here is to join them. But what do you notice? From 0 to arrow is on the circumference. Anything that's on the base here is on the circumference here. So from 0 to arrow is on the circumference. So I can easily use my French curve here. And I'll connect from 0 to arrow and 0 to arrow. So let's do that and see. So from 0 to arrow this way. Okay. So from 0 to arrow, you can see that. And similarly, we're having this way. So you can just do this way. Just come to this place. Over here too, and just use your hand if I know use a French curve. And you join all those points together this way. So I can use it. That. This is what we're having there. Let's join this. I hope you can see that. So this is what will be remaining. If you cut out this part, this is what you'll be having left, right? And that is the development of the figure here. Now this is another method of doing it. If you watch the previous video, which you can click the link at the top right corner here, you see that I used another method in doing this, which is more efficient and faster. And this is another way of doing it, which people are familiar with. Now the next thing is, if we are now told to, according to the question, should draw the complete plan, what will you see when you're looking at it from the top? It's as simple as this. Is that okay? It's as simple as this. You just have to start projecting it from this point. Like the first one, this is arrow, and arrow is here on the circumference of the circle. Anything that's on the base is on circumference. This is my point arrow and my point arrow. Don't forget that. The next one is 4. So if I look at 4 is also at the circumference, right? For all these things you see here, they're on the circumference. So don't get it twisted on that section. So all this part in the circumference of the circle is very obvious. It is showing. It stops here. But from this arrow to 6, from arrow to 6, we have cut them off. That is why the section plane is there. We'll cut them off. So we'll move forward. So to talk about the internal part now, from W, I'll bring it straight down. From W, I'll bring it straight down. So what brings about W? W is brought about the line of 4. So where this arc cut the line of 4 is at this point and also at this point. Can you see? Then the next one is 3, bring about the line of Z. So this is already 3 here and this is already 3 here. Are we good? Now the next one is we have L. Taking. So L brings about the line of what? Of 2. So I'm going to bring L straight down. So L is cutting the line of 2 at this point and also at this point. Then the next one is T on the line of 1. So I'll bring it down. So this is the line of 1 here. So T cuts here and T cuts here on the line of 1. Then finally the line of 0 from here, because it is brought about the line of 0, and this is where the line of 0 falls in at this point here. So what I'm going to do, we'll use my French curve and we'll join all these parts together. We'll join all these parts from arrow together. Can you see? And the rest will come like this. This is a French curve. Hope you can see that. So all this part, this is what we are going to see. All this side we will not see is cut out. The section plane has what? Has cut it out. So I cannot say, I can say let me section it, but I will not section it out because we have cut it out. But in most cases, I can just say I want to section that part out. Is that okay now? Just like I did in the previous video. This is what the plan looks like when you're looking at it from the top after you've cut out this plane. And when you spread it out, this is the development. Development means you open it up. So we open it up from here this way, and this is what we have in this. So this is what we have here. So this complete plan, the development, right? Looking it from, opening it from this side, we'll open it from this side. So if you have found this video helpful, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share the video. Thanks for watching.